Hello everyone. Now, curiosity is a really natural human expression, and sometimes it goes pretty far. Sometimes it goes a little bit too far. Sometimes it goes so far that some of the things on this list we actually know, probably because maybe some scientists just got bored and had too much time on their hands. And also, you saw a video on 50 things you really didn't need to know, yet you clicked on it anyway. Why? Probably because you wanted to know anyway, even though you really didn't need to know them. Anyway, prepare for 50 facts you didn't really need to know. Rubber bands last longer when refrigerated. Sharks are the only fish species in the world that can blink with both eyes. New York City is planning on transforming its old phone booths into Wi-Fi hotspots. Serial killer Richard Chase only broke into houses that were unlocked. If they were unlocked, he saw it as an invitation to enter. Alcatraz was the only federal prison during its time to offer hot water showers to inmates. The reasoning behind this was that inmates adapted to hot water would not really fare that well in the cold waters of the San Francisco Bay during an escape attempt. The Candy Crush saga makes an estimated $850,000 every single day. In the English language, the names of numbers tend to share letters with their neighbors. 0 shares an O with 1, which shares an O with 2, which shares a T with 3, which shares an R with 4, which shares an F with 5, which shares an I with 6, and so on. The world's most extreme toilet is in Siberia, hanging over a 2,600-meter high cliff. When Liam Neeson was asked about the potential for another sequel for the Taken franchise, he simply responded saying, "I don't think there will be a Taken 3. She can't get taken again. That's just bad parenting." In the top 30 developed countries, American school children rank 25th in math, 21st in science, yet first in confidence that they outperformed everyone else. 1 in every 5 babies in Europe was conceived in an IKEA bed. You know those blue folders that help you organize your documents on a Mac? Well, if you zoom in on them, they actually have a rather grainy texture to them. Sherlock Holmes never actually said elementary, my dear Watson. There are 318,979,564,000 different ways for the first 4 moves of chess to be played on each side. If you place a tiny amount of liquor onto a scorpion, it will go mad and sting itself to death. Wait, how do we know this? Bruce Lee was so fast that some of his fight scenes were actually slowed down so people could actually see what was going on. Butterflies were originally supposed to be called flutterbys. The phrase rule of thumb originates from an old English law where a husband could beat up his wife, but only with something that was thinner than the width of his thumb. In Hong Kong, couples can get married in McDonald's. And if the husband is caught cheating, the wife is allowed to kill him, but only with her bare hands, also in Hong Kong. Once, the 3rd place winner in a Charlie Chaplin lookalike contest was Charlie Chaplin himself. In Bellingham, Washington, it's illegal to take 3 steps backwards while dancing if you're a woman. The glue on Israeli postage is certified as kosher. When exiting a cave, bats always turn left. The first couple to be shown in bed together on primetime television were Fred and Wilma Flintstone. Women tend to hear things better than men do, however, men can read in smaller print. 111,111,111 times 111,111,111 equals 12,345,678,987,654,321. Each king in a deck of playing cards represents a great king from history. The spades represents King David, hearts represents Charlemagne, clubs is Alexander the Great, and diamonds is Julius Caesar. Starting at 0, the very first number in the English language to have an A in it is 1,000. Now, if you were to go to a park or someplace like that where there's a statue of a person riding a horse, if the horse had both of its legs up in the air, then that means the person died during the battle. If the horse has one of its front legs up, then that means the person died of wounds received during the battle. And if the horse has all four legs on the ground, then the person died of natural causes. Bulletproof vests, fire escapes, windshield wipers, and laser printers all have one thing in common. They were all invented by women. The longest word in the English language you can write with the top row of the keyboard is proterotype. The longest in the middle row is shikalsas. There are no true words in the English language that can be written with the bottom row of the keyboard due to the fact that the bottom row contains absolutely no vowels. It's easier for your brain to learn new information during the night than during the day. Stephen Hawking once attempted to find potential time travelers by throwing a party and only sending out the invitations after the party. Chinese soldiers today often stick needles into their shirt collars in order to maintain ideal postures during military parades. There's a type of chicken that is completely black, with black feathers, black skin, black beaks, black meat, and even black organs and bones. The world's smallest park is a 60-centimeter wide circle known as Millends Park, located on Southwest Taylor Street, right here in Portland, Oregon. On Titan, the gravity is so low and the atmosphere is so thick that if you were to strap like plastic wings to your arms, you could fly like a bird, which, to remind you, is much easier said than done here on Earth. Worldwide, 4,000 McDonald's burgers are eaten every single minute, which is about the same amount they get from one cow. The deepest swimming pool in the world is the Nemo 33 swimming pool in Brussels, Belgium. It is, at its deepest, about 33 meters deep. Damn, I'd hate to drop something down there. Being a cat lover could lead to a mental illness that could lead to thoughts of suicide. In 2011, the remains of an ancient Roman couple were found to have been holding hands for 15 centuries. Many animal shelters will not allow black cats to be adopted around Halloween, with fears that they may be tortured and or sacrificed. The internet is now declared by the United Nations a human right, so if someone keeps you from using the internet, they are violating your rights. Though they've never seen one before, blind people still smile. It's a natural human reaction. In 3 remote river systems across planet Earth, there are 2-meter-long otters that hunt in packs. If a Google employee were to die, then their spouse would get half of their paycheck, and their children would get $1,000 a month until they turn 19. And every year, 1.1 million euros is dropped into the Trevi Fountain in Rome. The city uses that money to fund a supermarket for the needy. Thank you for watching this video, and I would like to thank @FunFactsDaily on Instagram for providing some of these facts. They didn't give me the facts directly, but I used some of the facts they posted for this video. Anyway, if you like this video, please be sure to give it a like. Do you have any suggestions for future videos? If so, please leave them in the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe.